between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Lumen Field. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready, throw, 52. Ready.
And first carry here for Ashton Genty. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Young working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Young. That one complete to Diggs. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Escapes the pocket. Now we let it go deep. This is caught inside the 15. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays. But when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Going on first. Here's Donald. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, son.
gun. Here's Darnold. That's incomplete on second down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. To the air on third and long. That's caught for the first. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field.
And this time, they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this second down.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of being off schedule.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Here he goes, third and long. He's looking underneath here for Chubb. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on fourth down. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
Come on, set.
First play is going to be a give to Jency. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They gain 11 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. When you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Going play action. Young. This is caught. That's Bowers working downfield. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get 6 more on their early advantage. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
The Raiders kicking team is out there and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. Oh, what a hit! Starts the ball loose! And they steal it back on the return. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock. which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Watch out now. 50 series.
First and goal.
Get ready.
In the red zone on first. Escapes out to the left. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. The scoreboard reads 14-3. More from Lumen Field in just a minute.
Okay,
We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. Jensen. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Things going well so far. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. Here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Here's Chubb on second down. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you could recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Here's Darnold, first and 10. Barner with the grab. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
First and 10, Darnold. Barner's got it, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
To throw, here's Darnold. Looking for his back, but he will not find him. That's incomplete, brings up third down.
Fairly safe to say as that run falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Side.
And again, it's Darnold. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Terry Johnson has it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Third down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that hit. Otherwise, you're giving up a first down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
Gain of 26 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on first. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Second and 10.
This is Dempsey on second. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. 3rd and long for him here. Made the throw as he was getting hit blocked, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that stretches the lead to 21.
My life experience has taught me these kickers are a lot like golfers. They know how to keep score. They know when they've hit their best shots. They know when they've hit their career longs, and he just got it done.
He fields it from the 8. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Complete to Chubb. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Ready.
Here's the backup. First throw. Completed to his running back. This one up to about the 27-yard line. Brought down by Quay Walker.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Go, check. Go, Steven. Go, Riggs. Go. Gravity Lions. Check. Alert. Ready.
Air it out on 3rd. He's got Smith and Jigba for the catch. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Milrow with it on 1st. It's caught. Barner. He's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Here we go. Check.
At the 43-yard line.
70 Timberwolf. Hawk 70.
They are throwing it again. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Now Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
Ready?
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing it again here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Trap 60, trap 60. Viking 18. Warrior 70. Alert, alert.
Throw here, 3rd down. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute, convert on these 3rd downs.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Genty on the give. He's headed right. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave them enough room from their goal line where you should feel comfortable calling anything in your playbook.
Hey, red, grill, green, black, fury, yellow.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving him backwards to the 9. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Light blue, blue, sticky, green. Hut.
All right, I think we know what's happening. They're going to continue running it until this clock runs out. And he's going to be taken down right as he reaches that 20-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
And the Las Vegas 1st down. It's a gain of 10.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
Las Vegas 1st down.
You don't play. Come on, set. Set.
Looking to throw. He rolls to his right. He's running with it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Let's go. Ready?
Genty on the draw. Didn't sell the draw enough, but he pays the price. He's headed the wrong direction, backs him up for 2nd down. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
We go, son.
Darnold now to throw. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. We've set it downs from 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Throwing on first. Here's Darnold. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. And now they face second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these, and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
On 2nd and 10 now, Darnold. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
3rd and long. Here's Darnold. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. Fields this one at the 3. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 8-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Giving this to Genty. And they push him out just as he gets back to the line. 2nd down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Back to Genty. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Ready.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. To the air on 3rd and long. Headed out right. He's going for it himself. And they're there to send him out of bounds, but Brock, the damage has been done as he gets him up past the 20. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Another give here to Genty. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
Right, thank you. Yellow, black, ultra, yellow, blue. 12, 10. Ready.
On 3rd down, Genty. And they only get a couple when they needed a good bit more, Brock. That's going to make it 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Here we go, set. Hey, set.
They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the gun, Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Go, set. Go, red 80. Set.
Throwing here, Darnold. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. Trying for it with Milrow. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain, now down inside the 15. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead.
Seahawks Wk.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Shaheed now to return. Good work so far. He's got room. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Get it. Ready.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Let's go. Here's that Charbonnet. And that is a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Cowboy 80.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down.
2 yards.
Give him 32 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.